You're listening to 90 Day Soulmate with the Relationship Engineers, Jim Golnick and Lisett Guevara, only on LA Talk Radio.
In moments of gratitude, we notice the beauty in every detail, the smiles, the shining eyes, the teamwork, perseverance, and effort. These are the building blocks of the incredible mission Ayudaven supports. We've witnessed girls who joined the home as babies grow into confident professionals, certified in their passions and contributing to society in meaningful ways. 3 inspiring stories from Ayudaven. Angela, who came to Muchos Manos at 3 months of age. She will graduate as a food and beverage manager with plans to open her own bakery. Maria, who joined Muchos Manos at the age of 9. Today she's in her 2nd year of dentistry. And Mercedes, who came to the home at the age of 12. Now a dentist graduate. She works at one of Valencia, Venezuela's top dental centers. Make a donation today via Zelle at jim@ayudaven.org and celebrate the rhythm of hope, purpose, and unity that connects us all together. Welcome to 90 Day Soulmate with Lisett
and Jim.
Today we are going to be doing our Thanksgiving show. Not really, but we want to talk about Thanksgiving. We want to talk about the season of gratitude and giving. Did you know that having gratitude and giving actually improves your well-being?
Yes, I agree that.
You agree?
Yeah.
Well, there are scientific studies that talk about that too. So the first part of our show, we're going to introduce you to the well-being aspects of gratitude and giving. And in the second part of our show, we're going to talk about something near and dear to our hearts, which is a charity that we support, that we founded, that supports an orphanage in Venezuela that helps children that are in vital need of food, clothing, support.
Education.
So we'll talk about both those things and much, much more on this episode of 90 Day Soulmate. Let's get going with gratitude and giving, a path to well-being. We're going to explore how gratitude and giving enhance not only physical health, but also emotional well-being, and can enhance your relationship.
Mm-hmm. How would that?
Let's think about that. So, if we were doing something together to support someone else, I think one is we'd feel good about helping.
Yeah.
And we'd be with each other while we felt good, which might lead on to us holding each other closely, going, you know what? I really enjoyed working with you and helping in this situation.
Me too.
You think so?
Yeah. I feel it.
Uh-huh. It also gives you an external goal, that you have a goal that you're both pursuing. Or if there's a group and you have a group of friends and you're pursuing something together, a worthy goal, it can help you feel good, right?
Yeah, and also you feel like that you do something good for others and also and same is for yourself.
It is. So you give without, you're not doing it to get the feeling, but you get the feeling as a result.
Yeah.
So even if you're doing it to get the good feeling out of it, you're still doing good. So
yeah. So
why not?
Why feel guilty?
Don't feel guilty. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, don't be guilty.
Give, don't be guilty.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Let's continue on with that. So here's a couple of studies that talk about the psychological benefits of gratitude that increases positive emotions such as joy and contentment. That's from Fredrickson, 2004. It reduces the symptoms of anxiety and depression. Emmons and McAuliffe in 2003. And encourages a resilient mindset for better coping strategies. So when you are being full of gratitude, it helps you probably open up to more possibilities than when you're feeling not thankful, when you're not feeling gratitude. So we're doing two things. We're talking about gratitude and giving, but right now we're talking about gratitude. That the feelings of gratitude can help you find solutions in an otherwise maybe limited solution environment. Whereas if you don't have gratitude, it may close you off to finding solutions.
So I see also the when the people feel depression is just thinking in himself.
Okay.
So don't thinking in others, because the person maybe feels so bad they don't have energy or feeling for others. I guess when you thinking in others and you support others, maybe you move a little bit your own feeling, and then you become more give me person versus, oh, I am trapped in my own depression.
Exactly. And I think we're going to talk about this later when we get into Muchos Manos, the orphanage that we're going to speak about. You've told me something, too, that when you have people that are in more dire straits, or when they have needs and they are really looking to figure out how to make ends meet, how they're trying to get food, where there's a certain amount of starving and nutritional challenges, that sometimes they're so focused on trying to help each other to survive that they're actually not feeling depressed. And that it's when you have all this free time on your hands and you are full and you're eating whatever you want, that's when we sometimes see the most depression.
Yeah. So that is the human. So, and also I listen to one guy say, okay, we know right now in this society we have a lot of technology that help free time. Mm-hmm. So maybe in the past the people need to have the clothes, walking to the river, washing any clothes, and so the day become activity. So right now you push that button, you do that, and you have free time. So what do you do with the free time?
So maybe they were too tired to think about being depressed, or too tired to be sad about their situation. The other thing is they didn't have all these resources at their hand to support their depression. Like, I don't feel so good. Let me look it up. There's a phobia. There's a disease I have.
The person can become like a virus, you know? So when everybody know more, believe that is what the people have.
Social contagion. As they say.
Contagion.
Now, we're not saying that there aren't real cases and aren't people that have real reasons to be depressed, but or anxiety. But in our society, I think today we have the least amount of reasons to be upset or depressed or anxious, but we actually find more reasons to be, because we now have at our fingertips access to the internet, to information on medical diagnoses, and we have people who want to have us pay them to treat us, right? So, if I can come up with something that's wrong.
GPT, AI.
Doctor, yes. AI. How may I help you? Do you feel depressed? Yes, I do. Well, then you are depressed.
There you go. That's it.
It's like circular reasoning in a way, and we don't mean to make light of it. In some sense, we do, because there seems to be more people more upset about more things today than ever before, or we just have bad memories of the past. Maybe everyone's always been upset about society and what's going on, but when we look back on things, and I think this is actually a human trait, that we have memories. Our memories are much better than the actual situation sometimes, that we have fond memories.
Yeah, and also it's more information right now too. So you have more access to information. Can be good, can be bad.
And we're overwhelmed by information.
Yeah.
But we're going off on a tangent here. Let's go into our next slide, which talks about social benefits of gratitude. It will enhance our interpersonal relationships through appreciation and reciprocity. So actually letting people know that you're thankful for them as a friend, or for the little gift they brought you, or I really appreciate having dinner at your house tonight. This will enhance the relationship and strengthen it. Strengthening social bonds by fostering trust and reducing conflict. And it can promote altruism and collective well-being, create positive feedback loops in communities. So altruism is where you give without even worrying about getting.
Mm-hmm.
And we did this, and I remember this back in college 300 years ago. We had to write a story, not a story, we had to write on altruism. Does it really exist? Or is the happiness and feeling of contentment you get when you help somebody, is that selfish? Mm-hmm. It's like one of these catch-22 things. Like, if you do it, if you help someone with no expectation of receiving anything in return, but you actually feel good about doing it, is that altruism? Or is that you're doing it because you feel good and content about doing it?
But I guess maybe I use the techniques of ask if the people want to help. So if the people agree for help and say, in one way I can help you, and you doing this, it's like that you give somebody something the baby never use, because you know what I mean.
So you're talking about unwanted help now.
Yeah. So we have also the issues that we send some boxes with shoes. You remember that?
Yeah.
And it's all shoes or jackets from United States to Venezuela, and it's Caribbean, so people know
winter jackets.
Yes, we don't use jackets, so that is something that you say, oh, I clean my closet, so I feel happy because I help somebody. No, maybe you don't help because you need to know the way how you...
Does it really help them? Sure. And unwanted help, too, is like, why do you think I need help? I'm perfectly happy to work hard for what I have.
Yeah, exactly.
I like living in this small house, in this environment.
So sometimes it's better to investigate, and also for us and Ayuda Ben, we support somebody need to do the surgery, go to the doctor, or have to buy some medicine, so we provide the money, because in this moment the people really need to buy the medicine or need to pay the surgery or whatever it is.
So we'll be talking about Ayuda Ben, which is Ayuda, right, which means help.
Help.
And then Venezuela, it's Ayuda Ben. It's an organization that we founded back in 2017, but Lisett has been actually supporting the orphanage that we're going to talk about since 2005? Maybe even before that?
Yeah.
But for many, many years. And so there's this ongoing long relationship helping this orphanage and helping, and they're not all orphans. A lot of them are just children that need help, a hand up, a way to get through because of the poverty and the situation in their environment.
Yeah.
So, and more so now than ever before, because at least maybe 20 years ago, it wasn't as difficult.
Yeah.
So let's continue on with this. What else do we have for benefits of gratitude? Improves your sleep quality and duration, aiding recovery and mental health. I'm going to just stop right there. If you are volunteering and you're working hard, and I remember going with the church for a couple of times to help build a house, paint, and you do all this work with all these people, you eat together, and at the end of the day, you're tired and you sleep well. Mm-hmm. So part of it may be that you have a good, clear conscience consciousness, or not consciousness, but you feel good about what you did. But the other part is you might be physically tired, and then you get a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what else do we have on that one? Encourages engagement in healthy activities, such as exercise. Okay, when you're carrying wood around and building a house, or fixing up a room, or putting in lights, or a new bathroom. Grateful individuals show greater willingness to seek help for health concerns, enhancing early interventions. And that's Emmons, 2004. That's interesting. So grateful individuals will seek health interventions for themselves more readily, potentially because maybe they're actually actively feeling how they're feeling, because they're doing more activity.
Yeah. So and definitely the move the body is so important.
It's important to move.
Yeah.
And when you move the body, you might say, you know what, my leg hurts. And if you want to volunteer and your leg's hurting, maybe you'll go see the doctor. Where someone else who doesn't want to volunteer, their leg hurts, they're like, I'm just going to sit here and not worry about it. And I'm not saying that's the case for everyone. I'm just saying that these are studies that have shown different things for active people, active in giving and active in doing stuff. People who also have gratitude are maybe grateful for the opportunity they have to do things, and therefore if something is a setback, like if, again, leg hurts or I've got a shoulder pain, they're going to want to go to the doctor sooner to get that treated and looked at in order so they can continue to enjoy the things they enjoy, so they can continue to have the gratitude. Where somebody that does not have gratitude may be like, oh, my leg hurts again. This is terrible. It's awful. And then they're depressed and they just sit in their chair and they don't do the things because they don't expect to have good things. They don't expect to be happy. Expectations. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting thing. My chair's squeaking again. Let's go to the next thing. Emotional resilience and hope is a benefit of being gracious or having gratitude. It fosters a hopeful outlook by focusing on positive life aspects. It encourages setting and achieving meaningful goals, enhancing overall life satisfaction. And it reduces stress through a focus on abundance rather than scarcity. When you think that things will happen in a positive way, it can reduce stress because your expectation is there'll be a solution. Your expectation is things will come out well. Mm-hmm. So that reduces stress rather than thinking it's going to be terrible. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll fail at this anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see what else we've got on here. Oh, how do you think gratitude affects a relationship? Mm-hmm. Let's see. So it strengthens romantic and familial connections by promoting understanding and empathy. It increases relationship satisfaction through expression of appreciation. It acts as a buffer during conflicts, helping resolve disagreements positively. That's interesting. As a buffer during conflicts. That instead of being maybe in a conflict, instead of being negative, you start thinking about some of the positive things. And so it's like a buffer. So a buffer is something like if you have an acid or a base, a buffer kind of absorbs a little bit of it to make it more neutral. So maybe having gratitude instead of being so angry, it pulls a little bit of that anger away in a conflict.
And so I use the example when the first time that I bring my son to the charity, he was like 7 years old, something like that, 6 years old. And this time maybe the kid don't want to eat this food, want to be picky because they want to have a better room or better TV. And then when we visit this, the connection between us improved because he saw the house when in one room sleeping 7 or 10 girls, just one TV, and the food, everybody eat the same. So after this experience, I used him with my friend to say, bring your kids with you. So bring completely the family. Okay. And we have the experience to visit the house, share with the girls. Mm-hmm. And then when leaving, the buffer between the family start to become better because they see value what you have at home.
Right.
Versus when you see other people. So
the summary is volunteering to help those less fortunate than you are helps build your bond stronger within your own family when you see what you should be grateful for. Mm-hmm. The family, the home,
and also the beautiful that you feel in love when you're sitting because when you go there, they're sitting with you, and also this is just try to talking with you and laughing with you. So this experience helped a lot. You're
doing something beyond yourself.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So there's a connection, some kind of spiritual connection between people.
Yes.
So we'll maybe talk a little bit about that when we get into the orphanage as well. So let's go on to the next slide here. The practical ways to practice gratitude. Keep a journal. Like, what are you thankful for? Write it down. Reflect on it. Reflect on a couple of things. Maybe 3 things a day that you feel grateful for. Maybe what was the most important thing that happened that day and why are you thankful for it? Express gratitude verbally or in writing to loved ones. Maybe we don't do enough of that. Engage in acts of giving. Volunteer or help someone in need. And I think that's been our theme through this first section of the show. So what are the key points? And let's tie Thanksgiving into it. Thanksgiving and the spirit of giving. Thanksgiving is an opportunity to express gratitude collectively with others. You know, when you do that family prayer at the table, or at least you talk with each other and you tell each other what you're thankful for. Emphasize giving back to the community and sharing the abundance that you have. Reflect on the year's blessings with family and friends. That's a great way to tie it into Thanksgiving. And how about some scientific insights on gratitude? Gratitude activates the brain's reward system, flooding your brain with reward chemicals. So it actually makes you want to express gratitude more frequently by expressing gratitude. It's a self-fulfilling, self-promoting action. It's linked to oxytocin release, promoting bonding and trust with those who you are around when you are being thankful. Gratitude interventions have proven effective in boosting well-being and reducing stress. These are all studies that show how beneficial gratitude is. Finally, our conclusion is gratitude can help transform individuals and communities through better health, emotional balance, and relationships. This Thanksgiving, focus on both giving thanks and giving back. Gratitude is a practice that benefits all. It benefits not only all, but all aspects of life. Start small and grow big. As we talked about, gratitude is a self-regulating, self-promoting habit. The more you do, the more you get, the more you feel, the more benefit.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll talk more about gratitude as we move into a Judaven, giving back to the community in whatever way you can. We'll be right back after this message.
Tired of attracting the wrong type of guy, it was time to give something else a try. She got her computer and started to plan, and created a process to find her man. Soon she went on a perfect date. And then she knew it must be fate. In just 90 days, that is all it took. How she found her match? It is in the book.
90 Days Soulmate is brought to you by 90 Days Solutions.
In moments of gratitude, we notice the beauty in every detail, the smiles, the shining eyes, the teamwork, perseverance, and effort. These are the building blocks of the incredible mission a Judaven supports. We've witnessed girls who joined the home as babies grow into confident professionals, certified in their passions and contributing to society in meaningful ways. 3 inspiring stories from a Judaven. Angela, who came to Muchos Manos at 3 months of age. She will graduate as a food and beverage manager with plans to open her own bakery. Maria, who joined Muchos Manos at the age of 9. Today she's in her 2nd year of dentistry. And Mercedes, who came to the home at the age of 12. Now a dentist graduate. She works at one of Valencia, Venezuela's top dental centers. Make a donation today via Zelle at jim@ayudaven.org and celebrate the rhythm of hope, purpose, and unity that connects us all together. Welcome back to 90 Days Soulmate with Lisett
and Jim.
Today we're talking about gratitude, giving, how Thanksgiving is a season for gratitude and giving. Help increase your well-being and help others. We're moving into the charity, our 501c3 corp, that provides funding, food, clothing, and support to an orphanage called El Hogar de Muchas Manos. Not saying it as well as my lovely...
El Hogar de Muchas Manos.
Oh, look at that. Wow. You're so smart in English. But I don't even know how smart you are in Spanish.
Maybe no.
Maybe not.
I am uncovered.
But we'll be talking about that. So, Ayuda Venezuela, or known less formally as Ayudaven, was founded in 2017. And we did that in order to help in a greater way what we were already doing. We were supporting the orphanage in Venezuela. And we thought, well, if we could somehow reach out to others who might feel like-minded in supporting those in need and help them do the tax deductions, not that that's the reason, but we wanted to do everything where you're filing the right forms and allowing people to take the tax deductions that they're legally allowed to take to the fullest extent of the tax law. We formed Ayudaven as a recognized charity. It is a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. What does that do? Well, if you know what a 501c3 is, if you've given to them, you can then deduct, if that's what you are able to do based upon your situation, from your tax. But it also means we have to follow a number of regulations. Let's look at some of the things that may make us a little different. What's our mission? It is to support El Hogar de Muchas Manos, the orphanage we spoke about, that's in Venezuela, which is providing housing, food, and values for hundreds of children. And especially if you look at over the years, it's probably thousands at this point, right? Because it's been many years.
Every Christmas we have like the big Christmas dinner, and every year is more. So 400, 500, 600, I guess it's last year. So 600 kids have a dinner, and Christmas is a lot.
Wow. And if you look at year after year after year after year, the kids change. Some are the same, but it's helping children and families for year after year after year. Let's continue on with that. So the focus is nutrition, education, and fostering emotional, physical, and spiritual growth for these children. And above all, sustainability. Sustainability meaning that the Muchos Manos, and I'll leave it at that. I'll leave off the other part of the name. The orphanage, there are children living there. They take care of their cooking, the cleaning. They've got a little store there. There's training that goes on. There's assistants that learn how to become dentists who help with the children that are there. So that the children themselves, as they get older and get educated, they give back and they help keep a organization going for the children that come behind them.
Yeah, we have the example of Mariana. So she graduated and she working in the hogar, she's psychology,
right? And
she take care of many cases for many years based upon that she grew there. So you see the sustainability. Now that you mentioned clothes, but I remember the good practice that they have Saturday. You remember they have like a little store, internal store, clothes market. So if the kid working or clean well the room, do the homework, get up in the morning, help do the breakfast, they start to have some kind of
certificates.
The coin money and internal money. So they save these, and Saturday when they receive the clothes that we give, they have a beautiful store, and they do fixing which one, and they pay by this fictitious money and the clothes that we give. So the gift always have some kind of effort. It's not I am here waiting for help.
That was something. And,
I love that.
And there's a story, and I think it's on our website, but there's a story about a religious figure, like I believe it was from the church locally, was going to visit different orphanages, and they came across this orphanage, Muchas Manos, and they went in, and it was so well kept. It was painted. All the beds were made. The kitchen was clean. Everything was organized. And the church said, oh, obviously you don't need any money. And they went on to another organization where there were scraps of food on the floor, where the dishes weren't clean, where the kids were running around and not in control, and the environment was different. And then the church organization said, obviously, this one needs money. but it was actually the opposite. The one was very well supported, but it didn't have the same philosophy. And I tell you what, anybody who's trying to do something to help children, absolutely bless them. But don't mistake organization and something done well for very
and
well
also
funded.
the history coming for bread. So typical in Christmas we prepare some kind of ham bread.
Right.
And the guy have the panaderia, so he bring the bread to the first muchos manos, say everything is beautiful, and he said, I'm sorry, I don't want to leave the bread here because you are so good.
Right.
And he leave the bread to the other house. It's not looks good. What happened the next week, he have again most leftover bread, and he go the same, organized home. And the person said, put the bread in the kitchen. And when he opened the cabinet, is moldy bread that he bring the last week.
So they didn't even use the bread.
So need no use because it's not organized. So
Right.
that is something the organization is important in this stuff.
So we know, and Lisette's been visiting for many years. She knows what it's like, and we actually have very close ties to the founder of Muchos Manos. Let's talk about it a little bit. So, Univan was founded and led by Lisett Guevara-Golnick. Who's that? That's you. Venezuelan born. She's an engineer, author, and philanthropist. And her husband, Jim. That's me.
Oh, you?
Yeah. We actively support El Hogar de Muchos Manos since 2005 with personal donations and visits every year. That there are also passionate volunteers across the U.S., Miami, Philadelphia, Dallas, and Houston, who help coordinate food purchases, packing, and shipping.
Yeah, we have many Venezuelan group and other organizations that support us in this wonderful project.
That is the case. And here is Lisett in Muchos Manos. This was a number of years ago, but this was one of my favorite pictures of smiling Lisett
With the beautiful
girls, and that she would do visits there often. More so when she was living in Venezuela than now that she's in the
Now
U.S.
it's a little difficult, but I hope I can coming back to there.
So let's talk about the orphanage itself. Its location is Valencia in Venezuela.
Specific in Bejuma, Venezuela.
For those who know Venezuela. For me, I'll just say Valencia.
Okay, close to Valencia, yeah.
Provides shelter, education, and nutrition for Venezuelan children. Extends community outreach, feeding over 400 local children through weekend programs. So they'll open up their doors and have breakfast and have kids come in. They'll do crafts. They'll learn different things. The emphasis is on teaching self-reliance, values, and community building. So it's not just a place to get food, but it's learn how to give back to the community. So it's very, very well organized. It's almost like run by teachers, in a way. So here's a couple of pictures. El Hogar de Muchos Manos. There's the building behind that group in white T-shirts. A couple of pictures from some of their programs, some of the holiday programs, the large lunch when they have multiple people in, and they'll have boys and girls when it's the community and open to the community. But during the week when it's just closed to the orphanage, it's the girls. And some of the girls live there, but some others just come and visit as well. And we have one other, I guess, thing here. Here's another event where people are coming in and being fed and in a big, large group. Let's pop out of there. So the founder's vision, and you're going to explain this a little bit, okay? If you don't mind, go ahead.
So yes, Patricia is the person that started this home, and she started with just 2 or 3 kids. She started first in her home, and then she moved into somebody help to have the building, so give the building. And then she started to put more kids. In some moment, she can have almost 100 or 200 kids. So the numbers go back and forth. And the organization is not support for any government, nobody. So it's just her initiative with the husband. And then the people also, some people want to support too and voluntary working with her. But again, she need to also provide money because she hiring people to clean, to take care the everything. So it's hard work. I admire so much her, how she doing in this beautiful home.
And first of all, I think professionally she is a dentist, right?
Yeah, she's a dentist. And she was teacher in the university too, so it's two combinations. So she graduated and worked as a dentist, and then she also teach dentist in the university. So most of the kids like to follow, the moral of the person.
And very very religious too, a religious background. So instills values into the children as well.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. You can have to explain this one to me. I remember this from just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's happening in the war between Venezuela and Brazil. So we have a lot of Indian. Indigenous people. So they go to one big group. So you can click this video in our website and you can see how they provide all kind of dentist support to all these, some kind of the healthy vaccine, food, clothes. So she do not just for their own, she brings some to this area, and it was a beautiful.
So brought some of the girls with to help support, and so here you have orphans taking care of other people.
Yeah.
It's amazing that here are young girls that are so moved by what the help they're getting is that they feel that they have to help other people.
Yeah.
And they get so much out of it. And I apologize, but I actually don't apologize. It moves me just to see how, like, it feels like how little we do, and we try to do something to help, and the organization and the girls who grow into women in Venezuela who are helping others within Venezuela, basically not thinking about their situation, but thinking about the situation of others. And as we said before, it when you are giving to the community and providing help to others and volunteering, you stop focusing on yourself, and the positiveness of these girls in this group is amazing.
They feel so responsible. One beautiful, they open some bakery inside the home, so they learn to prepare cookies and cake and bread, and they sell these to the community, but at the same time they feel responsible to help people in the community. So if they don't feel they are part of the orphan home, they feel like the victim with the society, they feel responsible for help others because they know what happened.
They do. And it's very moving, as you can tell. It moves us just to talk about it. How we help from where we are in the United States most of the time. We take our own money, but we also take donations and directly fund this Muchos Manos through food and supplies for the orphans and local children. We ship and transport clothing, books. We've sent computers, cooking goods, baking equipment to the organization. We helped with programs for mental, emotional, and spiritual development by helping fund the things that they need. 100% of the net proceeds go directly to these efforts, meaning that there may be a percent through Zelle. Actually, I don't think there is through Zelle, but Zelle none, but through PayPal. PayPal takes a tiny small percent. As a charity, they take a much lower percent than a normal corporation, but 100% of anything that a UDFN receives goes to this orphanage with programs. There is zero paid employees or external paid people with UDFN. It's all volunteers, and we just do this. It's just something we do on the side because we see how much
they need.
need and how much effort they're putting in to their own community. And Lisett, of course, has a big tie to Venezuela. She's known of this group since many years, 2005, maybe even before. So.
And also we keep in contact almost weekly. So it's like the weekly same picture. This is happened today. That's happened for the kids. So we support and our own money to directly to put there. Yeah.
And over time, we get to meet some of the people. Like Lisett was saying, there is a woman who was in psychology, learned psychology, graduated with a degree in psychology, master's in psychology, who then worked within the orphanage for a while, and she's moved, but we've stayed in touch and become very close friends.
Yeah.
And it's been a wonderful thing to see the progress and the strength instilled in these young people who grow up into being strong, contributing members of their own community and supporting of their own community.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? We have a nice little picture of a group helping at one of the. If you see the giant bowls of rice and food that's being handed out to the children, this would just be one of the typical things that is done. And who are we? A Yudaven. Again, that's our little symbol there. But let's talk about, is there any real impact? What's the real impact? Real faces, real people, real things.
We have a just big sample this year. 3 girls. They have really good success for history. So we want to share with you.
So we were what is it called? Lucky enough to, or fortunate enough to be able to share these stories with you of these successful young ladies who have grown up through the environment. So, for instance, Maria, she joined Muchos Manos at the age of 9, and she is in dentistry. She is in school right now for dentistry.
Yeah, almost finished, but she's already have practice and doing some help in the same home.
So, and again, coming from the orphanage into dentistry, and she will graduate with a degree in dentistry. We have Angela, who arrived as a baby, 3 months old. She arrived in Muchos Manos. She is going to be graduating actually this December, December of 2024, right?
Yeah, that's
with a degree in food and beverage management, and that's what she wants to do. And her dream is to open a bakery in the United States. Isn't that great?
Yeah, somebody wanna be the sponsor. Welcome.
And then the third one, these are just examples, is Mercedes. She joined when she was 12 years old. Muchos Manos, and she is now a practicing dentist. She's been practicing dentistry for 2 years in a top clinic in Valencia.
Yeah.
So there is now, as we want to say, you've met a few of the girls who've women now, but girls who had joined the orphanage for assistance and help. And as they've gotten older and moved through it and become educated, education is very important. Giving back and support is very important. Learning values, very important. As ever, there is an urgent need, right?
In moments of gratitude, we notice the beauty in every detail, the smiles, the shining eyes, the teamwork, perseverance and effort. These are the building blocks of the incredible mission Ayudaven supports. We've witnessed girls who joined the home as babies grow into confident professionals, certified in their passions and contributing to society in meaningful ways. 3 inspiring stories from Ayudaven. Angela, who came to Muchos Manos at 3 months of age. She will graduate as a food and beverage manager with plans to open her own bakery. Maria, who joined Muchos Manos at the age of 9. Today she's in her 2nd year of dentistry. And Mercedes, who came to the home at the age of 12. Now a dentist graduate. She works at one of Valencia, Venezuela's top dental centers.
Make a donation today via Zelle at jim@ayudaven.org and celebrate the rhythm of hope, purpose, and unity that connects us all together. Venezuela faces a severe humanitarian crisis, so it's very, very difficult in Venezuela. Yeah. Everyone always asks Lisett, how are things in Venezuela? That's almost like he's like,
I don't want to talk about it.
Children in orphanages need consistent nutrition, education, and care. Again, every dollar donated helps sustain these life-changing programs. So our charity, everything just is awash and goes to help Muchos Manos. Why Ayudaven versus other charities? Well, all charities that are helping children, helping others, I think are good.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever is something that you feel that is good for you is fine. We just are sharing with you what we are involved in. But why Ayudaven? Again, it's transparent operations. When a volunteer does need to spend money, they send us a receipt. We only will provide funding when there is an actual expense that has to do with food, clothing, and transport of those materials to Muchos Manos. There is no paid staff. There's no one paid, staff and or otherwise. It's efficient fundraising. Again, there's no fundraising group out there that's earning a commission on fundraising, and it is a 501c3 certified nonprofit organization, which means you can deduct to the fullest extent that you're allowed based upon your tax situation. How can you help? Donate. Every contribution helps buy, pack, and ship foods and supplies. How you can do that? Zelle, jim@ayudaven.org. And we'll probably put that up on the video at the end here. But that's Jim, just my name, jim@ayudaven.org. You can visit our website, ayudaven.org, and there are a few different ways of contributing there. And if you choose PayPal, I think you can choose to just make a single donation, a monthly donation, yearly donation, a single donation, any way that you can help potentially just share the word, share the mission. Mm-hmm. It's something that we continue to do every year on an ongoing basis, and special projects when special projects are needed, the shoe project, the computer project.
Yeah, that's project, and also it's almost close to have the Christmas dinner, and this is important because we provide the support to buy the gift and the food and the all decoration for the party. So that is keeping family because they feel there is a big family.
Yeah, it's a nice big family. And finally, together we can provide hope, support, and opportunity to vulnerable children in Venezuela. We can spread the word about ayudaven.org and donate today to be part of this life-changing mission. If you feel so inspired, Ayudaven, that's us. And I say it's not really us, it's really more than us. It's just a way of helping Venezuela. Ayuda, again, help Venezuela. It's help for children, and again, close to our hearts and very close to where Lisett grew up.
My heart, my soul, my mind.
So that's how we're ending today's show. That Thanksgiving, it's a time for our gratitude. It's a time for giving. Gratitude and giving, a way to well-being. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Be grateful and thankful for what you have, and hopefully through gifts that you've received, you can help others in their time of need. Have a great week.
You're listening to 90 Day Soulmate with the Relationship Engineers, Jim Golnick and Lisett Guevara, only on LA Talk Radio.